Water gardens and ponds add beauty to our landscapes. They can provide a focal point in a garden, soothing sound to mask unpleasant noise, and help attract birds, pollinators, frogs, and other desirable wildlife to the landscape. Nature's visitors add motion and color to our yards year-round while helping us manage garden pests throughout the growing season. Filling your water features with native plants is a great way to support these important members of our community while increasing the benefits to your landscape. For lists and information on Wisconsin native water plants, see the online brochures What's in Your Water Garden and the Great Lakes Water Garden Plants. Paul Skowinski's Aquatic Plants of the Upper Midwest and Doug Ptolemy's Bringing Nature Home books are also helpful resources. Always purchase plants from a local, reliable source. Avoid online sources that sell restricted and invasive plants that should not be grown in our water gardens, ponds, and lakes. Avoid aggressive plants if you decide to add a few non-natives to extend the bloom time and beauty of your water garden. These plant bullies can crowd out their neighbors and increase your time spent on maintenance. Invasive and nuisance plants tend to start growing earlier and keep growing later in the season, giving them an advantage over our native plants. They also reproduce easily and rapidly. Some invasive plants only need a small piece of the stem to root and grow. These features allow the invasive plants to rapidly take over a disturbed area, crowd out native plants, and disrupt the natural balance needed to support our pollinators and wildlife. Many of the invasive plants in our lakes and waterways came from home gardens and private water features. When these prolific plants began to outgrow or overtake the home water garden, they were dug, divided, and the excess released into a nearby lake, stream, or wetland. The gardener's intentions may have been good, but the results can be devastating to our waterways. As I mentioned, invasive plants can choke out our native plants that insects, birds, and wildlife need for food, nesting, and breeding. Floating invasives like water hyacinths and water lettuce reduce the amount of sunlight reaching the bottom of the pond or lake, making it hard for submerged aquatic plants to grow. They also negatively impact our water quality. For example, when Japanese hops or Japanese knotweed take over a shoreline, soil erosion occurs, allowing soil and pollutants to enter the nearby waterway. Some species, like the invasive reed manna grass, choke water channels that can contribute to flooding and prevent us from wading in or paddling down the stream. Tall, spreading invasive plants like Phragmites australis and Japanese knotweed can ruin a beautiful view. And then there's the money and time spent trying to manage these invasive bullies once they get out of control. Help prevent the spread and future infestations. Remove and destroy any aggressive, invasive, and restricted plants from your water features and ponds. Seal these plants in a plastic bag, label as invasive, and throw them in the trash. You can find a list of invasive species on the Wisconsin DNR webpage by searching invasive species. Resist the temptation to share plants with family and friends. You may be passing along unseen invasive species or problems that they'll have to manage. And if you discover an invasive species in your pond or nearby waterway, let the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources know so they can contain and manage the problem. And if you're interested in volunteering to help control these unwanted plants, email dnraisinfo@wisconsin.gov. So please join me in protecting our valuable lakes and waterways. Together, we can make a difference.